Okay, let's see if we can do this. We're going to create a brand new game from scratch. So this video is if you just kind of want a little bit more practice with getting set up. Then the other video, we're going to look at specifically how to move the camera. So I'm going to create a new cube. I want to scale it. So I think I'm going to make kind of like one of these infinite runner games. There we go, nice and big. I'm going to go ahead right now and call that ground so I don't forget. It's a good idea to get in the habit of naming your stuff as you go, so don't just have like 400 cubes and whatever flying around. My player. And we're going to start the player somewhere back towards the end, whoa, of my very, very long scene. There. Okay. Problem is, of course, we know that these things usually spawn in the middle of the ground. We don't want that. So there's player. I'm going to put it slightly off the ground. Clearly, this ground is not wide enough to be like a playable game. There, something more like that. Okay. Now it's time. Oh, where is this thing even spawning? Okay. I need to make a few obstacles. So I'm just going to get this sort of closer to where my player is. I can press F as a super handy short key. It's called frame. And so it will sort of zoom in the camera to help you figure out what you're looking at. Same thing. Let's make, this is going to be a wall. It doesn't need to be so fat. And maybe I want it to be a little bit taller so you can't exactly see over it. Okay, here we go. I have learned from my mistakes. I'm going to tag this thing right now. Oh, I've already got one from previous games, from the other scenes. But I'm going to say, I'm going to call this barrier, just so it has a new name. So by tagging it right now, here it is, barrier. When I copy paste, the new one is also a barrier. So this is going to be really useful later. Okay, so now I've got these walls I can copy paste, and every one I paste is going to have that tag barrier, which we know, of course, is going to be really important later. So, just going to flip up a little so I can see what I'm doing. Good, this is enough to get me started. Okay, it's a game. We need our player to move, but we have already done that, so we are going to steal the movement script. So you're allowed to do that at this point. Once you've done it once and proven it, you can do whatever you want. Now I have a million of these, so let's just see which one I actually need. This one looks like it. If input key, up, down, left, right, space. Let's even got some jumping ability. I don't want any jumping. Up, down, left, right. Looks like this is probably the one. Okay, so I'm going to select my player. Just drag the move script over here until I see that arrow. Good. Now I need player to be a rigid body. Oh, I forgot. Add component. Rigid body. Okay. Now, there it is. I don't know. The player is what? This might be coming from my collisions. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're not even doing anything with that. I think this was, I was playing around with a couple other things that we need to do for now. All right, so I'm going to save that and actually just get rid of it. We don't even need this part. Okay. But what I did do is I set mine so I actually can adjust the speed in the menu. We'll talk about that some other time. Let's check if this is playable. Uh-oh, it's not. Name the player does not exist. I'm going to actually just remove this so we can refresh. Is this the one? Yes. So you can do that too, or drag it on the object. It's a little more risky because you could end up with a ground that moves, but here we are. Oh, why is game object still there? Come back. We're going to check this. I don't want it. Okay, I'm just waiting as it should load by itself. There it goes. Okay, everybody, player. Oh, we did something wrong here. There we go. Do you see I called my rigid body player. Right, and then this should have also been player. Oh, I actually see what it is. I was playing with a different form of controller here. So you see how left and right are doing rotation? Up and down are doing force. That's gonna be what I want for this particular game. Rotation is more like driving like a car, right? So, and it requires something slightly different, which we can talk about a different day. And I'm using the variable speed to determine my speed. I think left away negative. So this is something to player add relative force, good speed. I got my semicolons in place. All right, save. Unity is working itself out. Good, player is now here. That's the rigid body. I'm gonna make my speed 10 and see what I get. Oh no. So what's happening? My camera's in the middle of nowhere. Let's find my camera object. Where are you? Way out there. Come back here, camera object. You can see it's also looking this direction, so we're gonna rotate it until it starts looking at the platform. And clearly it needs to be up a little bit. There we go. Here. And I'm not going to get too worried because in a minute we're going to actually start the code that makes the camera follow us. But close enough for now, just so I can check everything's working. Oh, it almost moves. I got something a little wrong there. Oop, it's jumping. I got left, right. Okay, good. Go away zoom control so I can get out of here. Let's check what's going on with my player's script. Wait, up, down is adding in the y direction. That's not what we need. So up should take us in the z direction, x, y, z, speed. Here should go down the n, speed. And the same x, y, so that means left and right are actually x, y. See, I make mistakes, especially some simple ones like this. It's not really obvious until you play it. Okay, save, try again. Good. Oh, it is clearly not quite loaded yet. Still got some y-axis happening. All right, there we go. We've got a moving cube. So we're going to stop there with this video. That's basically got us back to where we started. We just recreated the whole thing in, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Now we're going to make the camera follow us as we move through the scene.